Hey, what's up guys, how you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. On this video we're going to test both of these monitors with PlayStation 4 Pro, with Modern Warfare Remastered version on PlayStation 4 Pro. And please keep in mind the two major difference between these two monitors is this one over here, it's a 4K monitor. It's the UHD 4K monitor. This one here, it's 2.5K monitor, as I have to say it, 2.5K, meaning it's 2560 by 1440p. What is the advantage of this one? Well, I'll talk about that when we do the difference comparisons between the two. One, the main feature of this monitor is 144 Hertz refresh rate. Now, it is very important that people understand the only way you can take the advantage of 144 Hertz refresh rate is through a PC only. Meaning you cannot take advantage of 144 Hertz refresh rate through a HDMI on the console. It has to be a display port, okay? So that's the only way you can take the advantage of 144 Hertz. And that's the main reason why I got this monitor, is to take the advantage of that 144 Hertz. Luckily, my laptop has a mini display port to display port option, meaning that I can connect to my laptop via mini display port cable to display port cable that will be connected to the display port on this monitor. Therefore, I should be able to utilize that 144 Hertz. I'm still waiting for the cable to come in. I order it. I haven't gotten it yet. But as soon as I get it, I'm going to show you the difference between the refresh rate. And it's definitely worth it. That 144 refresh rate, it's definitely worth it. However, you will be losing some quality because you're playing on 2.5K. Okay? But to me personally, it's not a big factor because it is a 27-inch monitor. And 27-inch monitor, 2K, it's definitely more preferable real estate than, let's say, a 4K on a tiny 27-inch monitor, because a 27-inch monitor, you know, you got a small canvas and you got so many pixels to be fit into this little small canvas. All right, so let's continue this without any further ado. Let's first start with the Dell. Okay, we're gonna start with the Dell S27 16DGR. Okay. This is a UD69P LG 4K monitor. This is the S27 16DGR. Alright, so let's go ahead, let's continue. This is going to be a test from PlayStation 4 Pro on S27 16DGR 2.5K monitor from Dell. Okay, so the first thing I notice on this monitor is the fact that that 1 millisecond input lag, it's almost non-existent. Honestly, you barely notice it. There's barely any input lag. I would say 0 millisecond at this point. It is very smooth and fast. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, since you guys have seen this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch to a LG UD69P. We're going to do the same exact level here. It's just we're going to switch it to LG UD69P. So in about 3 seconds, I'm going to switch to LG UD69P. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we got LG UD69P. This is the IPS panel, okay? It's not TN panel. This is the IPS panel. And honestly, I really cannot see a difference, even though this is upscaled to 4K. This is being upscaled to 4K, and still, I don't see like a big drastic difference here. The input lag, you know, this is why I tell people it's going to be difficult for you to notice a difference between 1 millisecond and 5 milliseconds. And I guarantee you I'm getting probably between 3 or 2 milliseconds here. Okay? And I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see the difference in terms of quality, and I don't see the difference in terms of like the input lag. The input lag, it's about the same. This one has it's like seamless. It's like really fast. But this one probably 5 milliseconds, I would say. 5 to 4, maybe 3 milliseconds. Let's keep it like this. There's some light over here. Let's get closer over here where there's some more light. Like right there. Let's keep it here like that. And then in about 3 seconds, I'm going to switch back to a S27 16 DGR Dell monitor. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we are on S27 16 DGR Dell monitor. The one thing I noticed, obviously, the input lag here is like seamless. It's excellent, and you know, the response time, it's 1 millisecond, so it's smooth as a butter. But in terms of quality, the one thing I did notice, however, is that the TN panel has a little bit better contrast ratio. And please keep in mind, this is my opinion. This is me based on what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm giving you my analysis based on what I'm seeing, and I'm telling you that I am seeing a little bit better contrast ratio. Now, granted, I can adjust the contrast ratio on the IPS monitor as well, but I just don't see that much of a difference between these two monitors in terms of a viewing angle. They look honestly equally the same, really. And I know this is going to bother some people, but look, this is not a cheap monitor, okay? This is a very high-end monitor. It cost about $600. I got it for $400. It's a premium Dell monitor, okay? And it has a better, probably one of the best TN versions out there on the market, and it's a matte finish, you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to try a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Okay, we're going to do that, as a matter of fact, right now. We'll check that out. Okay, so here we are, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on the S27 16 DGR monitor, and the response time and the input lag here, it's just like non-existent. You know, there is no lag here. This is like non-existent, and it's smoother butter. Just look at this. Just look how fast this is, man. Perfect smooth, buttery. All right, so what I'm gonna do next here is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go and change it to the LG UD69P. So we'll keep it like this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change it to LG UD69P IPS panel monitor. So we're gonna go ahead and do that really quick in about 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3. All right, here we are on the 4K IPS LG UD69P. Obviously, the first thing you will notice is the 4K resolution, the upscale 4K resolution. That 4K resolution definitely adds to the experience. You know, on this monitor we were only getting a 1K. Actually, we were only getting, I'm sorry, 2K, 2.5K upscale. Here we're getting a 4K upscale, and it looks much better. Why? Because this PlayStation 4 Pro supports the 4K. Okay, this monitor can only output 2.5K, and therefore it's going to upscale 2.5K. Even though on a PlayStation 4 Pro, it's going to output 1080p 1K, but that 1K will be upscaled to 2.5K because this monitor is 2.5K 1440p. But obviously the 4K looks much better, and I have to tell you guys, I'm very impressed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very impressed with this this LG monitor. It really has a good 4K response time, and I think this is what you're looking for in a 4K monitor. You're looking for a very good response time and low latency input lag, and in this case you're looking at 5 milliseconds, which is excellent for 4K. You're not going to have this kind of a performance on an OLED TV or on a big QLED TV. You're not going to have that. Okay, this kind of a performance, you will not have it. Let me hide right here. So it is very important to kind of understand that. That's why I always tell people I recommend you play 4K on monitor, and it looks great. It looks excellent. So now let's switch back to a S27 16DGR Dell monitor, which is 2.5K. Okay, so in about 3 seconds we're gonna switch to Dell. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we are now on the S27 16DGR Dell monitor, which is a 2.5K QHD 2560 by 1440p. It looks good. The upscale of this to 1440p looks really good. Like I said, the one thing I noticed on this monitor is the fact that the building's a little bit larger because we just shrinked our resolution from 4K on LG to 2.5K. So like on a 4K, like this building will be more visible from all angles. Now switching back to 2.5K, then we'll lose a little bit of their real estate because of the resolution, pixels. But look, there's no input lag here. This is unbelievable. Like what this monitor has, it's just like this monitor was built for pure performance, and it was really built for PC. I want to say something. This monitor was built for PC to be used with a display port to achieve that 144 Hertz G-Sync. G-Sync with 144 Hertz means you'll be having that constant refresh rate, which I will show it to you once I get that display port mini display port to display port cable, and you will see the difference. Another thing that I noticed here in terms of a TN panel is the fact that it has a better contrast ratio. Like, you know, it pops, like the peak brightness pops a little bit better, but it's just fast. You guys have no idea. This thing is like super fast. This is how you want to play Call of Duty, obviously with 144 Hertz, but this thing is just bananas. You're not going to achieve this kind of like speed and accuracy on the television, and this is why I repeatedly always tell people I don't wanna you know, compare monitors to TVs, because they're two different things. There you go. Alright, so the next test, I think we still have some time. The next test is going to be PlayStation 4 Pro, Battlefield 1, comparison between this monitor and then the LG UD 69p. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do that right now. Okay, so first we're going to start with the S2716 DGR Dell monitor on Battlefield 1 PlayStation 4 Pro version. Okay, so here we are. Right off the bat, I notice obviously that the contrast ratio, it's a little bit better on this monitor. And this monitor with the G-Sync, I know the only way to utilize the G-Sync is through a display port, but still, even through HDMI, you notice just that 1 millisecond response time here truly helps this monitor. And it's just, there's zero latency here, no input lag, response time, it's just as smooth as a butter. And you're not going to achieve that with a OLED 4K HDR big 65-inch TV. You're not gonna achieve that. At best, you're gonna get 24 milliseconds. 24 to maybe 22 milliseconds. 24, that's being reasonable. Let's face it, 24 milliseconds response time at best. And it looks good for a TN panel. Honestly, what's so unique about this TN panel is the fact that it really, oh shit, it really looks oh shit, it really looks good for a TN panel. You know, the colors are very vibrant and rearranged nicely. Contrast ratio, it's really good. Peak brightness, it's very good as well. It doesn't have the greatest deep dark levels as compared to the LG UD69P, but it's definitely a good quality for a TN. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a good quality for a TN. And keep in mind, this monitor was created for performance, and that's what you're going to be getting here, is the performance. Especially if you have a PC. If you have a PC and you unlock that 144 Hertz, okay, when you unlock that 144 Hertz, it's just going to be night and day. Wait till I show you that. Wait till you see it. 144 Hertz, it's like night and day, people. Okay, it's just, that's what you want when you are playing a competitive first-person shooter game like this. Alright, so let's go ahead, let's switch back to LG UD69P 4K panel. Remember, this is the 2K, this is 1K being upscaled to 2.5K, and the upscale of 2.5K looks really good, but you do get that seamless, low latency, zero response time, 0 millisecond response time. I wouldn't even say it's a 1 millisecond, I would say this is 0, because this is seamless, this is smooth as a butter. Now let's switch back to LG UD69P. Okay, so here we are now on the LG UD69P 4K monitor. Now, here you don't get that super smooth, low latency input lag. Here you're getting a response time of 5 milliseconds, and you can feel it. It's a bit heavier, but the reason it's a bit heavier because you are now using a 4K. This is being upscaled to 4K, so therefore there's more pixels and the input lag will be a little bit higher. So you're looking at 5 milliseconds response time here. However, you do have a nice quality. I will admit the IPS has a good quality, but compared to the TN, here's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is this. I honestly, I think 2K, 2.5K for 27-inch, it's definitely good. You know, in my honest opinion, okay? In my honest opinion, 2.5 2.5K QHD. It's definitely a preferable resolution for a lot of gamers out there, because they want that low latency, they want that quick response time, that seamless response time. Okay, I mean, LG looks good. It looks good, and you definitely get much better response time than you would on a TV. But when it comes to the Dell just has that better quick, fast response time. Here, let's do it like this, and I'm going to switch back to a Dell monitor, and you will see just how smooth this is on a Dell monitor. Now here it feels a bit heavy, but when I move it to the Dell monitor, you will see just how smooth this is. I mean, look at that. It's just much better, much smoother. You know, it's just smoother and just better. It doesn't feel as heavy because you're running it at 2.5K, meaning you got more breathing space here. Much better response time, much better low latency on the controller. Barely any input lag. I would say there's zero input lag here. And so my final thoughts. Okay, this is what you guys want to hear. My final thoughts are that when it comes to the gaming, if you're like a very serious gamer, there's two types of gamers, I presume. One, that it's looking for high performance, and another that it's looking for a quality. If you're looking for a quality, then stick with the OLED TV. Okay, stick with OLED TV if you're looking for a quality, but you will sacrifice that quality for less performance. Okay, you're not gonna have a super smooth performance. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. All right, so I'm running out of minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I will do some more tests once I get my cable, once I get my mini DisplayPort to DisplayPort cable. You guys will see just the night and day difference. Once you experience 144 Hertz or even 244 Hertz, you're never going to go back to 60 Hertz. Alright guys, well, thank you for watching. Hopefully you appreciate this video. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good